So pale.
So pale.
Hi friends, I'm Yuzi Pop. I'm a cosplayer, an artist, and a creator. Today I'm going to be talking about how to get over your fear and anxiety of cosplaying in public, whether it's for a photo shoot, for making TikToks, or just because you want to. Now, am I an expert at this? Absolutely not. However, I am a lot better off than I was when I first started cosplaying, I think. And because I am a lot better at this than when I first started cosplaying, I wanted to make this video for cosplayers who might just be starting out and might be struggling with some of the same things that I did when I first started, specifically doing cosplay photo shoots outside of the house. This issue is something that I struggled with a lot at the beginning of my cosplay journey, and I do still struggle with it nowadays. A friend and I recently went out to go just make TikToks in a parking garage, and I would say that a lot of my friends and mutuals that I go out and do shoots with have a lot more confidence than I do. And so I guess I just wanted to make this video for individuals who are like me, who might experience a little bit more anxiety and may not be able to achieve as much nonchalance as other people with cosplaying in public, but still want to do it, still want to go out there and get those photos, make some TikToks, or just, I don't know, enjoy their hobby outside of the comfort of their home. So think of this video as like a little motivational pep talk for before you leave your house for your shoot or your outing or whatever you're going to do. And before we get started, I just wanted to clarify that this video is specifically meant for when you're going to cosplay out in public, specifically environments that aren't necessarily designated for cosplaying, like not if you're going outside of a convention area. Just for an example, you're going to a park on a regular day for a cosplay photo shoot. So let's get started. Look at my thumb. I'm just going to start out with some generic tips, then later on move to the more motivational pep talk stuff. Now, what are you specifically going out in cosplay for? Is it for a photo shoot? Is it just because you want to go out and make some TikToks outside of your house? Or is it because you're going to an out of convention cosplay meetup? Either way, it's good to have a plan. For example, if you're going out in public for a cosplay photo shoot, try to scout out the location of your photo shoot and kind of gauge how public it really is, meaning try to get an idea of how many people might actually be around during the time that you'll be shooting, just so you'll kind of mentally prepare yourself. And also, if you know there are distinct locations where a lot of people go for photo shoots or cosplay photo shoots, you might feel a little bit better knowing that a lot of people go there with the intention of taking photos, and so it's not as bizarre to not only see somebody in a more extravagant outfit, but also somebody who's there specifically for a photo shoot. And if you're shooting in a more public area like a park, if you are able to / prefer to, I would recommend shooting on the weekdays from the times of 9 to 5-ish or 9 to 3-ish when most people are at school or at work. Overall, getting a good idea of your environment and surroundings can sort of help mentally prepare yourself. Also, if you find that you're feeling overwhelmed at a photo shoot, it's always good to have a backup plan of sorts. Whether that be finding a space to retreat back to, if you need to take a break, or alternative locations in case the area you go to is too crowded. And if you're shooting with a photographer or meeting up with friends or going to a group meet, just communicate with everybody that's involved. I know the tips I'm giving so far are very cosplay photo shoot-esque, so if you want more tips specifically for cosplay photo shoots, I have made this video previously on how to plan a cosplay photo shoot that goes more into depth with the theme of photo shoots specifically. Random other side tip: if it makes you feel better, bring someone with you. Bring a friend or someone that you can find comfort in an awkward situation. Usually, if I'm ever at like a cosplay photo shoot and I'm with a friend, and like, say for example, I'm in an encounter where people are like judging us, I feel a little bit better knowing that I'm not by myself and I have someone to turn to and be like, yeah, well, that was weird, you know? Does that make sense? Okay, now for the pep talk portion of this video. As cheesy as it is to say this, confidence is key. You just gotta go out there and do it. You just have to go out there and own it. I know you're thinking, wow, thanks. That's so helpful. Why didn't I think of that? But in reality, that's really all it is. And I know that's like a slap in the face, especially like Coming from me, if I heard that, I'd be like, wow, thanks. Thank you. Even though it is terrifying, you just have to fake it until you make it. Remember, as long as you aren't putting yourself or others in danger, breaking any rules, or potentially offending anyone, then you are okay to be doing what you're doing. And even though people might stop and stare at you, who cares? Anxiety tends to make us assume the worst of situations that haven't even happened yet. I say this and I'm looking at myself and I'm like, yeah, you. What if you go out there and it goes really well? What if you go out there legit and nobody bothers you? And even better, what if somebody compliments you? Now, I'm not saying go out there and be delusional, because it's obviously good to prepare yourself with realistic expectations. Because come on, you're going out in public in a potentially extravagant outfit. There isn't a con, it isn't Halloween, and people are going to notice you. Remember, you can't control how other people react. You can only control what you will do and how you will react. Now, this has been something that I've been needing to drill into my brain as of recently, even out of cosplay. Because I know people who often experience anxiety, specifically social anxiety, we often have to deal with the fear of being perceived. But you have to remind yourself, in reality, everyone only really cares about how they look to everyone else and how they're being perceived. Let's say you are afraid of people approaching you, potentially making fun of you or recording you or whatever. I'm not going to try and make you delusional and lie to you and say that it's never going to happen, because it could. But going back to the idea that you can't control how other people react, but you can control how you react. This is very true. If people are walking past you and staring at you, just smile, just be polite, and move on. Most of the time, people already have some place to be and aren't going to take time out of their schedule just to approach you, or let alone make fun of you. And most of the time, people aren't going to take time out of their schedule just to harass you. And if they do, aka a creep, do not entertain them, be polite, and walk away. I won't go into this yet, but I will have a whole other subsection at the end about safety and potentially encountering people like that. But right now, I'm specifically talking about random pedestrians and bystanders. Going back again to the ideology that if you aren't doing anything wrong, you have the right to be there. I take the idea that ignorance is bliss very seriously sometimes, because sometimes when I'm cosplaying a character without my prescription contacts, or I don't have any regular prescription contacts, and I just take my glasses off on my way. Like, say for example, I have to make it to the parking lot to wherever I'm shooting. I just take my glasses off. My vision, luckily enough, is like good enough to where I'm not wearing my glasses right now, but I can see like directly in front of me. But if there's someone like over there, I can't see what facial expression they're making. So if they're like making a judgy face, I can't see them. So if I can't see them, then there's no problem. But in all seriousness, this all ties together. Remember just to own it. If you are dressing up like a potentially extravagant character out in public, it's just a canon event that people are going to stare at you. And the more you do it, the more you'll get used to it, and maybe the less it'll bother you. And if you do encounter people who so much as stare at you or they say something to you, just be polite. I think there's this terrible stereotype from non-cosplayers that cosplayers act weird. And I don't want to throw around any labels or anything, because everybody's interpretation is different. But bear with me, because I'm just going to brain dump on y'all. If someone is trying to make fun of you while you're in cosplay, just act as if you're not in cosplay, I guess, or act however you would even if you weren't in cosplay, I guess. I hope that makes sense. I think there was this instance in which I went to a Barbie it was like the Barbie World Tour pop-up event, and I was doing a photo shoot there, and I was dressed as like cowboy Barbie with like a pink jumpsuit and a pink cowboy hat, very bright and very noticeable. And to get to the event, it was in the mall. You had to walk all the way through the mall to get to the end where the event was at. So I had to pass the entire food court, a bunch of stores just to get there. And it was around after school time, and a lot of high schoolers like hang out at the mall after school. And I think towards the end of the event, I went to the event, I did my photo shoot, and then I had to walk back to the parking lot through the food court and whatnot. And I think there was this group of high schoolers who saw me and my partner and were kind of, I don't remember what it is they were saying, but they were kind of like just saying random stuff. Like, I don't know if they were quoting the movie or whatever, but they were definitely trying to just get a reaction out of us. And all I did, I just legit stared at them and I was like, what? I was like, first off, why are these children talking to me? Just kidding. Just kidding. But after they didn't see that I was visibly affected by their joke or them making fun of us, they stopped. I think it was like, okay. And then I walked away because I had somewhere to be after that. And then that was it. The point of the story is that if somebody is going to go out of their way to make fun of you while you're in cosplay, don't entertain them. Just be civil and move on. I don't know how else to explain this, but that was my brain dump. I hope that kind of made sense. Okay, this is my little section about safety. Now, God forbid the worst happens to you and you happen to stumble upon someone that will not leave you alone. Please, 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 just be smart. Scope out the situation, and if you feel any amount of discomfort, it is completely valid to leave and or either reschedule your photo shoot or choose a new location for the shoot. Please remember, your safety is not worth any amount of photos, TikToks, or cosplay experiences. And please, for the love of God, do not go alone. Bring a friend, bring your sibling, bring your mom. I don't care. Bring somebody with you. And remember, this is just for like the worst case scenario. If you want to go to a con alone, that's completely fine. There's like a bajillion people over there. I just mean this for like if you want to go to a photo shoot or going out in public to make TikToks alone, just don't do it, okay? Like at a park or at a photo specific location. Just don't go alone, okay? Like, let's say if you want to go to like Barnes and Nobles and a casual cosplay just because you want to, that's fine. I don't think I have to spell it out for y'all, but just please be safe, please. I don't want to be out here like promoting all these things, like anything for the photos, but in reality, remember, I will always say safety over anything. To wrap it up, cosplaying in public can be really intimidating, especially if you're introverted like me or have social anxiety like me. But remember, you can do this. If I can do it, you can do it. Believe in yourself. Don't self-catastrophize. Confidence is key. Smile and wave, like the penguins from Madagascar. Thank you all so much for sticking around for this video. I hope I was able to give some helpful advice, some way, somehow, to someone. And if you have any other tips that I didn't mention, or if you have any other personal ways that you deal with the same things that I talked about, please drop them in the comments down below. If you like this video, please consider leaving me a like and a comment, maybe checking out my channel for more future videos like this. And if you have any other video ideas from me or anything that you would like for me to talk about regarding the cosplay community, art, anime, video games, things like that, please leave them in the comments down below as well. I am hoping to sort of branch out into different types of videos. Like, I would love to focus mostly on talking videos like this regarding cosplay and whatnot, but I would also love to branch out more into other videos. Here are my other social medias. I'm mostly active on Instagram, where you will see the most updates about what kind of videos I will be posting and progress and updates on when I will be posting those videos. As always, I hope you have an amazing day, and I will see you all next time.